Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Gunmen begin recruitment. Dear Soludo's willpower in Anambra. Gunmen begin recruitment. Dear Soludo willpower in Anambra. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. For nearly 1 year, the so-called unknown gunmen have turned Anambra State, the once acclaimed safest state in Nigeria, into a harvest of death. From what has been happening since the emergence of Professor Chukwuma Soludo as the governor of the state, it might be argued that some people do not want the governor to succeed or the state to progress, as hardly a day passes without the gunmen causing havoc in one part of the state. When the problem of gunmen began, it was happening sporadically, but with time it became a daily practice, such that it is getting to a situation where the gunmen may soon be telling Anambra people that there is nothing anyone can do to stop them. Take the issue of spread of their activities. For instance, at the beginning, they were operating only at the border town of Lilu in Ihiala local government area, only to extend their tentacles to other neighboring towns. Today, towns like Osumogu, Mbosi, Ukpo, Azia, Ihiala, Okija, Onewi, Agulu, Eze, Chukul, Isu Ofia, Mkpologo, Ekulobia, Omochu, Umuze, Uga, and in fact, almost all the communities in Anambra South Senatorial Zone have become dreaded places. In most of these communities, youth have made their people to live in fear. In Okija, for instance, some youth, in collaboration with gunmen from outside the area, recently stormed the palace of the traditional ruler of the town and removed over 20 motorcycles purchased for distribution to vigilante operatives after destroying personal property of the royal father who was away at the time. They also invaded the country home of an industrialist in the town and, after killing his dog, looted the house. The source said, "Do you know that the newly recruited gunmen are assigned to look out for their people who come into the community? They trail such people to their destinations and inform their senior colleagues, who then invade the area to abduct the returnees and take them to the forest of negotiations." Recently, one of such training gunmen led his senior colleagues to a burial ceremony at a village in Okija where they abducted one of the relations of the deceased. After a few hours, they contacted the victim's relations and demanded for 10 million naira. Eventually, 6 million naira was contributed and a go between was given the money and the man was released. At Nkpologo in Oruba South local government area, it was gathered that some of the gunmen came into the area and demanded that all the pump-action guns purchased for use by vigilante operatives in the area be given to them. The guns were confiscated by the gunmen as had been done in many communities. A president general in the community said with the development, most communities can no longer defend their areas. In what looked like a well-designed modus operandi, the gunmen mostly from outside the state started recruiting the youth of various communities into their gang. It was this recruited youth that helped in establishing kidnappers' dens in forests in many communities where victims are taken to and ransom demanded and paid. The most worrisome aspect is that the recruited youth have become threats to their people as they transform from apprentices to actual gunmen. They kill and cannibalize and even use the social media to advertise themselves. 2 killings, too many in the state in recent week, were those of the House of Assembly, representing Governor Chukwuma Soludo's constituency, Okechukwu Lokoye, who was beheaded, and a pregnant woman, Ira Jibril, and her 4 children. Although Governor Soludo has been battling to find a solution to the insecurity situation in the state since he assumed office, the latest killings apparently forced him to impose 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew in the entire 7 local government areas of Anambra South and Ogbara Anambra North. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let us know what your